It's a mouth-watering clash, but it's a tough clash as far as the men in blue are concerned, and they've made it all the more tougher for themselves after the loss against Australia, because it certainly came as a rude shock. It has also placed Dhoni's Devils in a must-win situation to keep their World T20 dreams alive. The road ahead will be far from easy. Here's a special report.
Shameful surrender and shambolic display. India's loss against Australia in their first Super 8s game couldn't have come at a worse time. For the men in blue now face the tough challenge of a do-or-die situation in their next two encounters against Pakistan and South Africa.
Well, it's always good to be in a situation where you have to win every game. The reason being you have to be at your best, and there are no chances of complacency. So that's a good part.
The captain may be saying so publicly, but deep down MSD would be under intense pressure. The team has faltered badly, and Dhoni's captaincy skills are under the scanner, particularly the decision to drop Virender Sehwag. The priority for India is now to get the combination right for the big face-off against Pakistan, whether be it 6 batsmen and 5 bowlers or reverting back to the 7-4 formula. The team needs to lift its performance by quite a few notches, for another failure would ensure the premature end of the mission to bring back the cup. With Sundar Iyer in Colombo, Manas Tapadar, Headlines Today.
And the biggest challenge, of course, of them all is going to be in the match against Pakistan that we're building up to. Saurav Ganguly, what is it that really went wrong against Australia? Because we saw the batsmen didn't deliver, the bowlers didn't deliver, the fielding was lackluster. It seemed everything that could go wrong went wrong against the Aussies.
Well, I think it was one of those off days on a cricket field which you have. It's T20 cricket. You can very quickly fall on your face, and that's what happened to India. It was a good toss to win on that surface, considering what we saw in the previous game against South Africa versus Pakistan, where the ball spun and the spinners did have a role to play in that game. But what I think, probably I may be wrong, I just got a feeling from the way India batted that they felt that 140, 150 will be a winning total. So we shouldn't be losing too many wickets, and if we get there to 140, 150, our spinners can come into play and create problems for the Australians. So I think the batting did not get that momentum which normally you see in a T20 game. Before that, the game against England, they got 170, and which they couldn't manage against Australia. But you must also give credit to the way Australia bowled in that game. When I saw Pat Cummins for the first time live, and he looks a serious bowler, Gaurav. He hit the deck hard on a rather slow pitch, and if you see the dismissals of Virat Kohli, he actually got beaten by the bounce on that slow surface. So you must give credit to the way Australians bowled on that pitch, and when the Australians came out to bat, there was a short, sharp shower for 5 minutes, which actually made the ground wet. And you could see when the spinners were bowling, they didn't actually grip the ball. And what surprised me was that the amount of short balls which they bowled. They're normally good spinners, quality spinners, Harbhajan or Ashwin, and I didn't see a single shot on the front foot, whether it was David Warner or Shane Watson playing the spinners. So the rain did have a role to play in when India came out to bowl, but I just got a feeling that India were 20-30 runs short when they batted first.
Okay. Kapil Paji, before the match against Australia, there was a lot of talk about who's going to open the batting. Will Virender Sehwag be in the playing 11? Won't he be in the playing 11? Should we go in with 2 spinners or 3 spinners, 5 bowlers or 4 bowlers, 7 batsmen? There was so much talk. Do you think any of that's going to change now ahead of the match against Pakistan? Do you think Dhoni is going to want to go in with maybe 7 batsmen, or will you leave it like it was?
No, I think Dhoni will think again against Pakistan. I don't think so. He's going to go with the 3 spinner. Definitely not. I think in Sri Lanka still the ball is movement is there, the bounce is there. But against Australia, yes, I can understand. I understand and agree up to one stage with Saurav Ganguly. The shower took place, but if 140 runs you are getting in T20, then what Shower or anything can do? When your strength is the batting, you don't let 30 run play too less. So I think the problem started from the very first over, where we come to the bowling. But a stronger point was we started so well. In 5 overs we got 50 runs. You can't get better start than that. And after that, if you don't capitalize, then there is something wrong with the batting.